So about 5 minutes from the main gate of Ramona Expressway, you're gonna have the sign right here where you're gonna make a left. So that is the sign on your left hand side, Lake Perry State Recreational Area, Bernasconi. That's where you need to go. So you make a left if you're coming from the west side. If you're coming from the east side, you make a right. But you have to see the sign. Then once you go up here, eventually at that time, there's gonna be a lock gate, which is a soft lock. We will have a volunteer there. If you have a pass like mine, then you don't have to pay anything. You have your pass, you just. But if you don't have the pass, basically this area, this is where you have to pay, and they have a machine. You see? So you use the machine. The problem is these machines are not gonna work before 7, and the race starts at 7. Unless, I don't see any way around to do this. If you're not late, you're gonna have to. The way it's gonna work, I'm gonna have you guys. I'll put in the information through Zelle to send me your name. I just need your name, and you need to sell $20, and that's it. You will be on the list when you show up right there. One of the volunteers will give you your pass. Then you'll be set to go. You'll drive up, as you can see, and right here you're gonna make another left. I mean, you will see. We will have people. We will have signs. This is a huge parking right here, as you can see, and there's a big old dumpster right there. So whatever trash you bring, you better take it with you. So all this area, that's our parking lot right here. So I'm gonna go back to the beginning, park, and then I'm gonna take you on a little tour or where the race is gonna start, the campground, and some of the areas where you're gonna be running. Next thing that I wanted to share, this race, we will have a station at mile 6 and at the beginning of the race. For those doing the 5K, I mean, you'll be right back. You don't need an aid station for a 5K. Bring your own hydration, but we are not gonna have cups. This is a cupless race. So that means that I'm gonna put a link to an example of the little cups that you could buy on Amazon anywhere and bring it with you. They're very small and just for you to drink water. But again, the aid stations are gonna be at the starting lineup, and it's gonna be at mile 6. That's for basically the people that are doing the 25K and basically the 50K. For those that are camping, this is where we're gonna be staying. This is a group camp number 2, Bernasconi Beach, right next to the lake. If you are choosing to camp, it's already paid for. I paid for the camping ground, because the whole idea of this race is to get people to take some time off from everything that we're doing. Also, typically, like for myself too, sometimes we go to races, we're rushing to get there, we're rushing to get out. So if you can, camp with us. If you are gonna camp with us, I can accommodate up to 80 people, but there is only 15 passes for the cars. So if you are camping, you can start check-in at 2 p.m. or even a little before on Friday, okay, the day before the race. So the way it's gonna work, you will go to the main gate of for the lake on Lake Paris, and you go there and you let them know that you're here for a group camp under Victor Carrillo for Machete Madness, and they're gonna give you a pass. Once those 15 passes are gone, you can still come with us, but then it will be $20 for the pass. So for the most part, I believe we should have enough. As far as the 15 cars, should be enough passes. But if you can't, get here as early as possible. Again, that's for group camping. And if you still have questions after this video, call me, send me a message, email me, but get your answers and we're gonna have a good time. I'm gonna make it a nice afternoon. I'm gonna take my drone around the park. I brought my beach cruiser. And for that day, if you are camping, you can bring your bikes. I'm gonna bring my paddle boards. The only thing as far as this right here, there's no shower, so but it's all good. We have the lake. You shouldn't be too dirty. What else? No trailers on this side. If you choose to camp and have a trailer, like I have a camper, but it's like mainly to move my stuff. I'm gonna leave it right here. But if you have one that you need hookups and all of that, then that's not gonna happen. So this is mainly for tents. And as you can see, there's a bunch of benches. There's a barbecue pit. It's gonna be amazing. All right, so racer mandatory meeting is at 6:40. Okay, so you gotta plan accordingly. The earliest that you can come into the lake is probably gonna be around 6:15 because one of us needs to go, and for those that prepay the parking, which should be most of them, we need to go get the passes. You can't do it the day before, so we have to go pay for the passes. Our volunteer will have your name and your pass at the entrance, and then you could come in and park. Other than that, you will be late, and we need to start our mandatory meeting by 6:40 a.m. So plan accordingly. Start lining up by 6:10, 6:15. We'll have the passes ready for you guys, and then you'll be ready to go. Once again, plan accordingly and don't be late. That's the number one thing. Don't be late. It is the summer, and as you can see, there's a little rattlesnake. So when you're racing, be aware of the snakes. As you can tell, it's a decent sized one. We're not gonna go through them. If it's in the way when we're running, I'll move him out of the way in the starting lineup. Don't get scared. The snakes don't want to mess with you, so he went and hide under the rock. So just be aware, there's snakes. You signed a waiver. There's stuff so you can cook, so you can grill some carne asada. And the race, the starting lineup is gonna be around this area right here. This is where it's gonna start. So for those that are gonna camp with us on Friday night, we're gonna have that traditional fire pit where we're gonna share some stories. And this is basically where you're gonna be camping if you choose to camp, and you wake up in the morning and you head down to the starting lineup. Now let me check it out. Let me show you the view from above. So as you can see, it's gonna be an amazing fucking race. This is beautiful. Any race directors out there, stay away from Lake Paris. This is my house. But yeah, now let me show you so the course is basically gonna start right here. Those who are running the 5K, you're obviously gonna go out for a mile 1.5, 1.6. You'll have a marker that is gonna tell you to come back if you're doing the 5K. Same thing, you're gonna go out for the 10K. There's gonna be a marker, a sign that tells you to return. That's the 10K. For the 25K, same thing. But that one, you're obviously gonna go out 7.6 miles and change, come back, and those are doing the 25K. If you're doing the 50K, you're gonna do that twice. But it's very self-explanatory. You cannot get lost. We do a really good job of marking the course. Now I'm gonna show you a little bit of basically where you're gonna run. So let's go. It does not get any more beautiful than this. So this is where the race, you're gonna go up this little, seems like not much, but it's, so when the race starts, you're gonna go up this little climb. If you have any trash with you, we'll have that open for you so you could throw your crap in there. And that's the Machete Madness mobile. You're gonna go up this little road. Now I'm gonna speed this up. So once you go up that road that where you came in, you're gonna make a left right here, and this is basically where your race is gonna start. And you're gonna be on the bike path for about a mile before you get into the trails. So of course, when you're racing, you're gonna be on the right hand side as you go out into the race, because we will have people on the bikes, people that are just here just to have a good time other than a race. So you will need to stay on your right side when you're going that way, and then on the other side coming back. So you will always be running on your right side, okay? And be aware of people on bikes. So for this race, all of our races, we basically said no headphones, but I leave it up to you guys as far as your own judgment. The whole thing with the headphones, you are going to be around where there's going to be people on bikes. If they're coming fast, you don't hear them, they run you over. So for that reason, enjoy the environment. Talk to the people who you're running with you. Just live in the moment. You don't need music. But if you really have to, use it on the trails. But when you're on the road, I would suggest, I can't enforce it because I'm not going to be next to you all the time, but I will be around. There's parties. There's another one right now is full of beautiful views around the lake. So this is where the real start. This is where the real race starts right here. Transition right here. The trail goes that way. You recognize it by this big rock right some here. Some of our friends, like the little rabbit right there running that way, that's gonna be you guys. just making this video, I need to recover, man. I've been all over the damn lake, setting up the drone, getting off, setting up the drone. So guess what? Need a break. Fuck. Huffing and puffing, my boys. All right, we will have a small aid station, mainly for the people doing the 10K at mile 3 when you return. Then at mile 6, that's where you're gonna have the bigger aid station on Hunter's parking lot. And that's where you're gonna go out for the final stretch. Those are doing the 25K and the 50K. Return, you're gonna hit the same aid station and another mile, and then you go back to the starting lineup. So plenty of places to hydrate, get your nutrients. Other than that, as I do for myself, I never count on anything that the race directors put out there. I bring my own shit, but that's just me. But I'm gonna make sure I got stuff for you guys. Now let me show you when we get into the trails. Man, anyways, see you guys in a couple of days. Those who are camping here, man, it's a beautiful sight to go on a little walk the night before, little shakeout run. That's what's up.